seen that end result before?
Well, we'll take it. And I was a little worried about taking a timeout. We had the trouble getting it in on the one where Carrio turned it over, and they were switching man and zone, and so I just figured let it play out, and it was a little deeper than I wanted, but that he hit it. So, I thought he had a better look, in regulation, that one he had in the lane, and then Brennan got a good one on the out-of-bounds play. But we needed it. I thought the guys fought pretty hard. I was disappointed in the rebounding the first half, but thought we did a little better job in the second half. Mo made a big difference there. Coop gave us some good minutes in the first half. A lot of guys, Carrio has a bad turnover, but then showed a lot of guts there, stepping up and hitting those 2 free throws. He's been struggling from the free throw line, and he knocked 2 big ones down there. So we could have made it a little easier on ourselves in overtime. Mo misses the front end, and Jermaine misses 2. But we found a way, and at this particular time with this ball team, finding a way is really important.
Dude, that's a big moment for a freshman, big shot for a freshman. What is it about Jackson that you see in him that allows him to take a shot like that in a moment like that?
Well, he's always won. He works really hard. The guys respect him because of that work ethic. He was out a month, and it killed him. He was biting at the bit to get back and play. So, I think the guys got confidence in him. I've watched him since he's been an 8th grader, and watched him just keep getting better and better. And he's going to be a really good player for us. He made some freshman mistakes defensively but stepped up, made a couple good plays there. Real nice play on the pick and roll to Mo, so I think 5 assists. For 1 assist. I thought he had a few more assists than that, but really made some good plays, I thought.
I figured the rebound total was going to get you, but it seemed like the activity, like that deflection at the end of regulation, it seemed like you guys were able to get hands on a lot of balls. And did you feel like your activity was pretty good at least?
Yeah, I thought our press was, gave them something to think about. And that last play was big. We got them on the sideline there and gave ourselves a chance to win it in regulation. And more importantly, they didn't have a chance to win. We didn't make any stops there, So McDaniel really had his way with us, and so putting the ball in his hands for that last one wouldn't have been a lot of fun.
First shot, fewer threes than usual, but you were much more efficient. Has it been a focus of yours to not force the ball?
We want to take more. I think they knew that because our last 2 games, our numbers, we took more. Well, we didn't take that many against Alabama. We took a lot against Santa Clara, but we're more perimeter oriented, obviously. Without throwing it to Dante and Nate inside. Mo, feels a lot more comfortable on rolls, and rebound putbacks rather than just post ups. We'll probably take more than we've traditionally taken. But 10 for 16, we were very efficient there.
When 3-point shooting's been such an issue for the past couple of seasons, Dan, and you have that kind of performance, that's the best performance you guys have had since the end of 2021, when Duarte was around. So, yeah, what do you think you guys are capable of in the long run when you have to go guard heavy to come through with 62?
No, that's going to be really important. Brennan is healthy, which makes a big difference. Last year he really struggled with injuries, and so his numbers were down. I think Jermaine shot about 35% last year, so, I think he's capable of that. Bam shot him okay. Carrio shot him okay. Jackson will shoot it okay. I think we got a lot of guys that can be in that higher 30s and a couple in the low 40s. Probably not as good as our 20 team, and we had Anthony Mathis and Peyton and some of those guys. But with where we're at right now, we're going to have to take a lot of threes, and guys are going to have to keep working at it. And it was encouraging to go 10 for 16 and have a lot of guys hit them.
I realize the first meeting was 4 years ago, but did this feel at all like that? I mean, that was played, I think, within 2 or 3 possessions the whole way. Lead changed nearly a dozen times. The whole game was played within 2 possessions today.
Yeah. We when we were there, we jumped off on a really good start. Anthony hit a bunch of threes, but then it kind of leveled out and was a 1-point game. This one, I don't know how many lead changes or how they do it, 10, and game tied 9 times, and we led 27 minutes, they led 11. It was close. It was close all the way, and could have went either way. We just, like I said, made a couple defensive stops there, and then Jackson hit a big shot.
What do you make of Jermaine's just steady play, his leadership?
I thought he did a really good job. 13 points, 6 assists. He had some real positive things. Could have made life a little easier hitting those 2 free throws, at least one of them, give us a 4-point lead there. But no, I thought he did some good things. He hit that big 3 in overtime to get us going. Thought he played good defensively. I thought he got tired. I played him too many minutes. He's just not in condition to play 40, but, I wanted his leadership out there, and so I let him go for a lot longer than usual.
I know you're focused on this season, but after today's game and just how competitive, back and forth, exciting it was, a great number of fans that came out for today's game. Just what do you think about playing, this team next year on a more regular basis?
Well, I think it will be different for our fans, and that's always kind of exciting, to have different people come in and watch different teams play. But the fans were great today, and they were the difference in the game. The atmosphere in there was really good. The students were good. The fans were good. I think when Mr. Knight and Penny donated the money, this is what they envisioned. Full house or close to full house, whatever we had, and great enthusiasm. And this game was scheduled with Coach Beeline when he was there, and they had gone from an Adidas to a Nike school, and I asked him to come, and so I want more home and homes in the non-conference. Nobody wants to play them. And that's why we played Georgia down in Vegas and going to South Dakota to play Syracuse. I'd like one road game and one home game like this every year in our 11-game non-conference, and then a MTE and maybe one neutral game would be my preference. But teams just really hesitant, to go home and home for whatever reason. But I think games like this, in December, November, a lot of fun for the fans, and so I would hope, moving to the Big Ten, we'll have 20 games. I hope we get to play the 3 schools 6 games on this end, so we don't have to go that far too often. But we're still going to make 3, 4, 5 trips minimum, cross country. So it'll be different. But to answer your question, I like the MTEs in a tournament situation, but I'd sure like to keep a home and home like this, and that's where I'd like to play Arizona. We're going to play Oregon State. I'm pretty sure Wayne and I have agreed on that, and so getting somebody like when we're at Oregon State, someone to come here, and then when Oregon State's here, we're paying that game back. So that would be my preference moving forward with the schedule, and hopefully we can get some things worked out. But scheduling, everybody thinks you just make a call, and it takes a lot of calls to try to get somebody, whether it's a guaranteed game or a game like this, takes way too long to get them scheduled.
Couple more?
Did you see anything as the game went on that helped the offense kind of get going?
Well, I thought at times our ball movement was pretty good. At other times, I was really disappointed, that we didn't move it a little bit better. But I thought when we got the ball 2 or 3 sides and then attacked and got downhill, some really good things happened. But we just, at too many times, we didn't get the ball moving. So, and again, we're making a big transition here from what we envisioned we were going to be to what we are. And the guys are working with me. I appreciate it because, our playlist was one thing and now it's something totally different. And it's going to take time to make the adjustments and become so perimeter oriented and get the ball moving the way I want it to move rather than, 1-2 into Dante. And, so the guys are working at it, but I'm more concerned, and again, you guys are tired of hearing me say it, just more concerned with our defense and protecting that rim and then going and getting that rebound. I think we can score playing a different way. We're going to have to hit shots like we did tonight, but if we don't tighten up our defense and getting on those boards and have everybody committed to it, we're going to struggle because our lack of size and that. So guys are going to have to really get committed to it.
Jesse on
Last
track.
question.
Jesse on track for a week from now, or it's going to be longer?
I don't know. The MRI, wasn't serious, but it's painful. And so, the doctors will let us know, when he's ready. But the 8 guys and then Coop, they did play hard, a lot of minutes for a lot of them. But, I did like their fight, their competitiveness. We got to get better on the boards and we got to get better on the defensive end. So only 9 turnovers to 19 assists, though, not too bad. Not too bad.